Today let's have a look at the miscellaneous insurance. So under the miscellaneous insurance we have the first one, which is motor vehicle insurance. So this insurance, if you see, it is basically taken for the motor vehicle if any uncertainty happens while driving the motor vehicle or as a consequence of driving the motor vehicle. So this insurance is also known as auto insurance, and it comes under the general category of insurance. So here basically what happens is, in this motor insurance, the owner's liability, in the sense the person who owns the motor vehicle, in case gets into an uncertainty of accident, to compensate the other people who has been injured, will be transferred to the shoulder of the insurance company if he has taken a motor vehicle insurance. So here if you see, the premium rate is also a very standardized rate for a motor vehicle insurance. Next we are going to see about the burglary insurance. So burglary means a theft. Stealing something. So this insurance policy comes under the category of insurance for the property. So any loss or damage by way of a theft, larceny, burglary, housebreaking, or any kind of such nature, it will be covered under this policy of burglary insurance. So here how the claims are settled is settled on the basis of actual loss which has happened. So here the conditions are, there must be insurable interest, in the sense at the time of the uncertainty happening there must be insurable interest. It is not required that insurable interest should exist at the time of the policy being taken. Second condition is the principle of causa proxima, that is, the immediate cause must be because of the theft or any kind of burglary being done. Next is the cattle insurance. So cattle insurance are mostly taken by people who have maintained livestock as their basis of occupation. So here a sum of money is insured towards the animal. In case of any uncertainty happens to the animal, a claim can be settled through the insurance company. So animals like cow, bull, buffalo, heifers in the sense a cow which is impotent or has only one calf. So these kind of animals which mostly the farmers use, the agriculturists use, these animals fall under the cattle insurance. So in case of any death of these animals, and the reason of death falls in as any disease or accident, they meet with an accident or any pregnant conditions of the animal, the claim can be settled through a cattle insurance. Next we have is a crop insurance. So crop insurance are basically insuring the crop. So here also farmers play a major role. So the amount of crops which they have sown in the earth is being insured by the farmers. And why they insure it, in the sense crops also a part of a product, so it is prone to uncertainty like floods or loss of damage or any kind of fire accident. So crops like rice, wheat, millets, oil seeds, pulses, all these crops can be insured in a crop insurance, through which any uncertainty if happens, the claims can be settled to the farmers. Next we have is a sports insurance. So this insurance policy is exclusively for people who are engaged in sports and they are trying to become professional in sports. That means amateur sports person can insure themselves, their equipment, their personal effects, any legal liability, or if they're going to get into any personal accident, to cover them from those kind of risks, they can insure themselves, and this insurance policy can be extended to the name of another person in the family also. But if you take this policy, it is not for a professional sports person. It is only for an amateur sports person. So generally this policy covers the sports games like angling, badminton, cricket, golf, lawn tennis, squash, and the use of sporting guns. So in these sporting events, any uncertainty happens, and if the amateur sports person is injured, it will be settled by the insurance company. Next we have is the Amartya Sen Siksha Yojana. So this is also under the general insurance, and the company offers a secure education policy for the children who are dependent on their parents. So here basically the parent or a legal guardian takes up the policy, and in the case of the policy being active, if they are meeting an accident and they are bodily injured, or they are incapable of continue with their occupation in the future, then this policy will help out the dependents, that is the children of that particular parent or a legal guardian, to continue his education. So here the insured student, that is the dependent, the children, will be protected and secured for education. So the entire cost of expense for educating that child will be taken up by the insurance company. So if you take the indemnity over here, the protection over here, it will not exceed the sum of money which the parent has taken up for the policy. Next, the Rajeshwari Mahila Kalyan Bima Yojana. So this policy, if you take, it covers only the women, and in case a woman meets with an accident, or she is no more, or she's been disabled partly by any of the accident happening, then this policy will cover up the cost of that particular woman. So this gives a relief to the family members of the insured woman in case of their death or disablement, and it is only exclusively for the woman in the family.